Welcome to the College Football Bros. I'm Michael Newman.
I'm Ryan Newman.
And I'm Trey Newman.
All right, on today's episode, we are previewing maybe the biggest game of the season so far, Alabama at Tennessee. Let's start with the player or matchup that you're most looking forward to. What do you think, Ryan?
Yeah, I'm always interested in the trenches, specifically when Tennessee's on defense here. So Alabama's O-line versus Tennessee's D-line. Ever since Bryce Young went down, I mean, it wasn't that long ago, but since the injury, Bama has leaned very heavily on their ground game, led by running back Jahmyr Gibbs. So heading into this game, if Bryce Young can't go, or even if he's limited in how well he can throw, this just becomes even more important. Can Tennessee's D-line keep that ground game in check? They've been doing a pretty good job so far this year. They just give up 89 yards per game on the ground. But of course, Bama's a whole different beast. But guys like Amari Thomas, Roman Harrison, Byron Young, not exactly the biggest group of guys on the defensive line for Tennessee, but they do usually do a pretty good job of rotating, which they have to in this game. I mean, if they're going to keep up with that, punishing ground game of Bama. But to me, that's just going to tell the story here. If Bama's able to run on them, I don't see Tennessee winning this game. But if they hold their own, I like Tennessee to win because they got their offense. I think Hendon Hooker's going to be able to move the ball.
Yeah, I'm going with the obvious one there. I'm going with Hendon Hooker. That's what I'm most looking forward to seeing. He's probably the second favorite. It's between him and Caleb Williams right now as far as the Heisman. The favorite, of course, C.J. Stroud. Yeah, as far as second favorite, it's between him and Caleb.
Second, yeah, okay.
But and if he wins this game, though, he vaults to maybe the favorite, certainly a solid number 2.
1A, 1B.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see this Alabama secondary as well go up against a great passing game because they faced some awful ones so far this season, other than Texas, especially when Quinn Ewers was in there. And Quinn Ewers had a couple nice big plays, so Hendon Hooker, he throws a great deep ball too. I'm sure he's capable of having some big plays. Sucks for Tennessee that Cedric Tillman is reportedly not going to go, but they've got some other talent in the secondary or in the receiving core. Jalen Hyatt,
Brew McCoy's been doing well.
Yeah, so they should be fine.
Yep, those are good ones. The matchup I'm looking at is Tennessee's offensive line versus the Bama front. Because obviously, if Tennessee is able to compete or win this game, they need the line to prevent guys like Will Anderson, Dallas Turner, Jalen Moody from getting pressure on Hooker and constantly harassing him. Because the Tide do such a great job each week generating pressure on opposing quarterbacks. And it's also going to be important for the offensive line to get some push and open up holes for Jabari Small running the ball. He's been great this year, and it's really helped the Vols have a very balanced offense. And in order to win this game, they can't solely rely on Hendon Hooker, in my opinion. Need some of that run game to help him out, keep drives going, to keep the Tide offense off the field.
All right, well, let's get to our picks here. So Alabama is favored by 7 on the road. And for me, I mean, I like that Hendon Hooker, first off, takes care of the ball. If you're going to stay in the game against Alabama, definitely do not want it to be a turnover fest. And he's got 239 consecutive pass attempts without an interception. I think he'll make good decisions. I think the moment will not be too big for him. I just think this Tennessee offense is too good to shut down. The defense will give up some points. The secondary can be had, but it's not like Alabama.
No Bryce Young, maybe though.
Yeah, if Bryce Young doesn't play, that obviously totally changes that equation. Or if he's limited, and either way, the Alabama receiving core, it's not as if it's some elite group this year. At least not yet.
It's not the last couple years.
No, that's for sure. So I see close game. If Bryce Young's in there, maybe somewhat of a shootout. And even if Bama does take a 2-touchdown lead, you've always got the backdoor opportunity with Hendon Hooker throwing the ball.
Yeah, and in the past we've seen kind of big games like this with the fun home underdogs, and sometimes they fall flat. But this one's really fun because the Vols actually have a shot with or without Bryce Young. And Neyland is going to be rocking. It's just going to be an electric atmosphere. I'm taking the Vols. I'm going to be kind of a sucker for that. Mainly because even if Young does play, I just don't think he'll be 100%. And if he doesn't, then this line will probably move down. I know we've talked about it. Tennessee's defense is somewhat of a liability if Gibbs and that offensive line do work, they might have some success, because if Bryce Young does play, that opens up, we saw what Anthony Richardson was able to do to the Tennessee secondary. So that's a little worrisome, but they've done well in recent weeks. I like what they did at LSU to encourage me on the defensive front. And we've seen the Tide. They're not invincible. I mean, they could have easily lost at Texas. Arkansas had a shot at them in the fourth quarter. Obviously, A&M had one play from the goal line last week to beat them in Tuscaloosa. So I like the Vols' balance with Hooker and Jabari Small. And like I mentioned earlier, if the Vols' offensive line can keep Hooker upright, Alabama has occasionally had troubles on the outside. I'm going to take a shot with them at home.
Man, Hooker, even with pressure, has in the past has managed to just put together good games. Like, he's been able at times to carry Tennessee's offense. So even if Tennessee doesn't do the best job protecting him, Hooker, he makes plays with his legs. He's a stud. So I think he's going to carry them to make this game at least interesting, very, very close. So we're all on Tennessee here. And Trey, you kind of mentioned it, man. Bama's not rolling teams right now. They're barely beating the decent teams. Like you mentioned, all those three teams, they did not win those games convincingly. And may be fortunate to win all three. If you played those over again, who knows? So, and I think Bryce Young's injury is a significant one. I don't think, those AC joints for QBs, those are big deals. I don't think he's going to be 100% for this game, not even close. If he didn't play last week, I don't think it's going to just make a difference in 1 week later. So to me, that's a huge advantage for Tennessee. I think they have the better quarterback heading into the game now. And I just don't know if Alabama's got enough without Bryce Young being healthy right now. So I like Tennessee. I think they played real well last week at LSU to shut them down, completely annihilated them. Good tune-up for them. They're riding high. I got to go with the Vols too.
Atmosphere is going to be incredible
Yes.
at Neyland State. Like, it's just
I would like to be there for that one.
It's
no
going to be
doubt.
fun to watch. But that'll do it for this episode of the College Football Bros. Be sure to let us know your prediction in the comments below, and be sure to subscribe to our channel. We've got college football content every week, so we'll see you next time.
You've been watching the College Football Bros. Be sure to subscribe here on YouTube and in your podcast app for college football content all year round. For bonus episodes and access to our Discord chat, join our Patreon at patreon.com/collegefootballbros. Thanks for watching.